Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Yes, sir.
see, yesterday we discussed about the effect of negative feedback on the input and output impedances of first topology, and that was voltage series feedback amplifier. And mathematically, we derived the relation between with and without feedback for input and output impedances, right? So as per that derivation for voltage series feedback amplifier, we derived that RIF equals to RI in bracket 1 plus beta EV and ROF equals to RO divided by 1 plus beta EV, right? And from that, it is concluded the input impedance with negative feedback for voltage series feedback amplifier, it gets increased, or in general, we can say it gets improved. And for the same topology, the output impedance, that is ROF, it gets decreased by using negative feedback. Being a voltage amplifier, that basic amplifier as a voltage amplifier, already I told for ideal voltage amplifier, as input impedance is considered as infinite and output impedance is considered as zero. So practically, we should achieve closer to that ideal values, and that's why practically the input impedance should be as large as possible, but for voltage amplifier, and output impedance it should be as low as possible. Again for the same, that is voltage amplifier, right now. So similar to that of voltage series, already I told only two are there for the analysis part in your syllabus, and that's why the second one we will take, that is current series feedback amplifier. Okay. So first of all, try to draw the block diagram for this topology. It is just revision. Already we done it, but just revision. So first block will be the signal source. Second block, basic amplifier. Middle, between these two, middle one, that will be the mixer. At the output side, there will be a load with feedback network connected to it, either in series or in shunt. That depends on the topology. And one more block in the feedback part, and that is feedback network. Okay. So this is nothing but feedback network with the feedback factor as beta. This one is RL, right? So see which type of sampling is used in this topology. The first word, it stands for type of sampling. As it is a current, to take the sample as a current, it should get connected in series to the load. Okay. So it indicates the sample taken is a current sample from the net output current. Now the type of mixing, as it is in series, and that's why it should be connected like this again, same as that of previous topology, because in previous topology also there was a series mixing. Only the type of sampling was voltage, right? Now remaining things you have to complete by yourself. First of all, the signal source, this one. What should be the signal source, either voltage or current? Just let me know. Fast, huh? Don't waste time now, because this topic we revise so many times. What should be the first block? That is signal source.
Voltage.
Yes. It will be a voltage source. Why it will be a voltage source? Because as the mixing is done in series, and series mixing is possible only when there are voltage signals. Okay. So the voltage source signal will be there, which is indicated as Vs, right? Now about the feedback signal. What will be the feedback signal? As the feedback is connected in series, that means Xf, it should be again Vf. Now the sample taken is current sample. That's why it is connected in series to the load resistor, right? Means to take the sample as a current from this basic amplifier, its output should be a current. As you explained, the signal source is a voltage source, and that's why, as the mixing is done in series, that's why the feedback signal is also voltage source. Hence, the input to this feedback amplifier or to this basic amplifier is voltage, and its output is in terms of current. So the basic amplifier will be
Transconductor.
yes,
Tran
it will be a transconductance amplifier. Very nice. What is its transfer gain? Transfer gain of transconductance amplifier is denoted AV, AI, GM,
GM.
RM,
GM.
GM.
GM. Very good. So its transfer gain is
GM.
GM. So simple, is it? Now, for the same amplifier circuit, we have to define how much will be this VF in terms of beta. Correct. So see, again, I will write, or if you are getting confused, just note down what is meant by that beta. Beta equals to what? Output. Its output divided by its input. Is it? What is the output of this feedback network? First, output of feedback network is what?
VF.
Yes, voltage. That is VF, feedback voltage, right? And its input is what?
IO.
IO. Very nice. And therefore, VF equals to beta times of IO, right? This much will be the feedback signal applied to the basic amplifier mixed with the input signal source, right? Now, we'll draw the AC equivalent for the same topology, same as that of our previous. So see, input to this basic amplifier is in terms of voltage, and that's why we will try to draw the input that is in terms of voltage like this. There will be a feedback signal as a VF. We have to indicate the VF and VS out of phase from each other, and that's why they will be connected like this. Is it? So the sign indicates what? There is a 180-degree phase shift between that VS and VF. This is nothing but the input impedance of that amplifier across which the net available input voltage will be VI, and that is nothing but VS minus VF, and through that RI, the II current will go on to flow. Now, about the output side. So this is the input of that feedback amplifier, right? It will be same as that of previous case, because in previous case also there was a series type of mixing, and hence the input network of this topology is also same as that of previous one, that is voltage series, right? Now about the output. Output is in terms of what? Output of the amplifier. It is in terms of what? Either voltage or current. So simple, you already mentioned the type of basic amplifier. As it is a transconductance amplifier, its output will be what? Current. And hence, yes, and hence draw the symbol for current source. And there will be again RL as it is to the output. So this is nothing but RL. Here we are getting output voltage across that RL. This is nothing but the output current with its own impedance, and that is nothing but RO, output impedance. Is it? Is it clear? Now, how much will be this current source? Right. this one, in terms of its transfer gain, IO equals to. Okay, just try to define how much will be GM. GM equals to IO by VI. Is it right? So from this, that is output current divided by input voltage. That is nothing but transfer gain. And hence this IO equals to what? GM into VI. Is it? The same thing you have to write over here. That is nothing but GM into VI. Clear? And this one is nothing but the transconductance amplifier. Right? Any doubt? Is it visible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll start the analysis. So the first part, effect of negative feedback on input impedance for the shown amplifier. Okay. So you will observe whatever analysis we will be going to perform for this topology, it will be same as that of previous, as it is, because the input side is as it is, as that of previous topology, that is voltage series feedback amplifier. Okay. So if we have to define that RIF as RIF equals to what? Vs upon II, right now. Then second step, we written over there by applying KVL to the input, note down at your end also, by applying KVL to the input, Vs equals to Vi plus Vf. Is it correct? That is equals to II. This Vi is nothing but what? Drop across Ri. How much will be the drop across Ri? That is nothing but current flowing through that Ri into that Ri itself, plus Vf. What is Vf? We already defined that Vf is beta times of IO. Correct now? Is it correct? That is equals to, note down this first term as it is, that is II into Ri plus beta times of, what is IO? IO is nothing but GM into VI, right now? Right? That is equals to II into Ri plus beta times GM into this Vi. Vi is nothing but II into Ri, right? II into Ri. Take that II into Ri common so that you will have II into Ri in bracket 1 plus beta times of GM. This is nothing but Vs. Correct? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now take this II towards LHS. Therefore, Vs by II equals to Ri in bracket 1 plus beta times of Gm. Is it? And what is this Vs by II? It is nothing but RIF. Therefore, RIF equals to Ri in bracket 1 plus beta times of Gm. And the same thing we derived yesterday also. We got the same relation, only that transfer gain was EV. Is it? So in general, we can write it as A. Agree? Is it visible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So see, yesterday we got this relation as RF equals to RI in bracket 1 plus beta EV, because the basic amplifier was voltage amplifier, and today we got it as RI equals to RI in bracket 1 plus beta GM, because that basic amplifier is transconductance amplifier. So you will observe, as in both cases, in both topologies, as the mixing is in series, right now. Previous topology was voltage series. Today's topology is current series. That means the mixing is same. That is series type of mixing, and hence, in general, previously also we defined for series type of mixing input impedance with negative feedback, it gets increased. That means RF is greater than RI. In general, for series type of mixing, we already define it. And that's why you will observe for current series feedback amplifier as well as for voltage series amplifier, feedback amplifier, that RIF is greater than RI by 1 plus beta GM. So this 1 plus beta GM is nothing but again capital D, right now. So you can write that RIF equals to RI into capital D. That is the desensitivity. Is it clear? Yes or no? Be fast.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now switch to the output impedance. Now it will get differ. See, in a previous case, that is for voltage series feedback amplifier, the output was in terms of voltage, because the basic amplifier was voltage amplifier, correct? Now, in today's analysis, you will observe small change. That is the second part now, and that is nothing but output impedance. What is the effect on output impedance by negative feedback? That we will going on to derive, right? So as per our previous discussion, output impedance, it depends on the type of sampling, right now. For if there is a voltage type of sampling, then what is the effect on output impedance by negative feedback? For voltage type of sampling, see, already we discussed it. If the sampling is voltage type of sampling, the effect of negative feedback is it decreases the output impedance. And if it is current type of sampling, then it will go on to increase the output impedance, right? So as per our today's topology, as the sampling is in terms of current, so at this stage, we want to conclude that ROF is greater than RO. During our previous, that is for voltage series feedback amplifier, as the sampling was voltage type of sampling, yesterday we derived that ROF is less than RO, right now. But today, at the end, you will want to observe that ROF will be greater than RO because there is current type of sampling. Okay. Is it clear? Now, requirement while determining the output impedance. What? Yesterday, you might have noted it. To measure the output impedance or to determine the output impedance, first point is what? Consider input signal source at 0. Right now, so what is input signal source in today's topology? Again, Vs. So make it 0. So first of all, draw the equivalent to measure the output impedance. Okay. So this input signal source, it will become 0, and that's why we have to short it. Second requirement is what? What is the second requirement? I think you might not have noted it. That's why. Disconnect the RL. Yes or no? So I will disconnect that RL and we'll show it separately. Like this. Here we will have that VO, that is across RL. Okay. We'll consider again, same as that of previous, the output voltage of that basic amplifier as V and output current as I. This is nothing but IO. Okay. Is it clear? Same method you have to adopt as that of previous analysis while measuring or calculating the output impedance of given amplifier. I will repeat. To measure the output impedance, the requirement is what? First point, make the input signal source as 0 in general. Here, as input signal source is voltage source, to make it 0, we have to short it. That's why I shown it as a short circuited. Okay. And second one, disconnect the RL. And then measure the output impedance like this. This is nothing but ROF, output impedance with feedback. Okay. And note down that voltage and current as shown in the diagram. If you want, you just take the screenshot and immediately we will start the analysis. Now see, in our previous case, that is previous topology, as the output was in terms of voltage, and that's why first line we mentioned what? By applying the KVL to the output loop. Now, in today's topology, what is the output? Output is in terms of current, right now. So which law should be there? I have studied various laws in your ECM. If the network consists of the current sources, then for its analysis, which law is preferred? Kirchhoff's current law. Okay. So note down, by applying KCL to the output, because we are studying the output impedance, we have to apply the KCL. So by applying KCL to the output, we will have I equals to, see, this current, it will going on to divide in two parts. One is this current source itself, and another current is current flowing through this arrow. Is it okay? Whenever you will going on to apply the KCL, as we are considering that output current as I, it will going on to divide in two parts. One is flowing through arrow, and another one is this current source itself, right now. So through this arrow, how much will be the current? Can anyone? Current flowing through arrow will be how much? Just try it. Everything is shown and it is visible properly. Current flowing through arrow in this network will be how much? In general, what is current? That is V by R. Are you agree with this? Are you agree with this? Okay. Now, how much is the voltage across that arrow we are considering? That is V itself, right now. Divided by how much is the resistance? That is RO. So I equals to current flowing through this RO plus this current source itself, right now. So I can write that considered output current, that is I equals to V by RO, right? Plus that current source itself. But you will observe the direction of that current source is shown opposite as that of I. And hence, we have to write it as minus GM into VI. This is the KCL to the output. Okay. Is it okay? Now, how much is VI? Looking towards input side, as that VI equals to minus VF. Agree? Therefore, the same equation will become equals to V by RO plus GM into VF. Agree? Now, what is VF? VF was beta times of IO. Correct now? So I will write as it is, that is equals to V by RO plus GM into beta times of IO. Okay. Now remember, at this stage, this IO looking towards this equivalent, this is nothing but IO and this is nothing but our considered I. So if we have to replace that IO in terms of I only, you will observe the direction is opposite, right now? And that's why you have to write the same equation, that is VI equals to V by RO as it is minus GM into beta into I. I replace this IO by I. Looking towards AC equivalent, IO and I are opposite in direction. And that's why I change the sign of that IO, of that output current, as minus. And hence that IO is replaced by I. Is it okay? Now take that negative term towards LHS. That is VI plus GM into beta into I equals to V by RO. Okay. Is it okay? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Just a minute. Huh? Yes, it's okay. This is not VI, huh? This is II. See, we switch this one, na? We replace this VI by minus VF, so this is nothing but I. Not II, it is only I. So I plus GM into beta into I equals to V by RO. Now take that I common. So I in bracket 1 plus beta GM equals to V by RO. Right? Now just interchange that RO towards LHS and I towards RHS. Therefore, we can write RO in bracket 1 plus beta GM equals to V by I. Correct. And what is this ROF? Looking towards this equivalent, voltage divided by respective current. That is nothing but V by I. Is it? So you will observe this RHS is nothing but ROF. Right. So what we can conclude, therefore, ROF equals to RO in bracket 1 plus beta times GM. Is it clear? So you will observe that output impedance also gets increased, and whatever we discussed before the derivation part, we obtain it. That is, output impedance with negative feedback gets increased in case of current type of sampling, and the same sampling is there in this topology, as it is current series feedback amplifier. So what you understood? At the end, after the analysis of this current series feedback amplifier, what is your conclusion? Effect on, okay, ROF is greater than RO as well as RIF is also greater than RI. So for current series feedback amplifier, both impedances get increased. While in case of voltage series feedback amplifier, input impedance increases, that is RIF is greater than RI, and output impedance decreases, that is ROF is less than RO. But for current series, both gets increased. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In your theory exam, remember, there will be almost 6 to 8 mark numerical based on either these two. One numerical will be there, that may be for based on voltage series feedback amplifier or current series feedback amplifier. So if the numerical is asked, first task that is to identify the topology for the given circuit diagram, and then you have to start its analysis. So there are few steps which are important. How to analyze that circuit? Is it voltage series feedback amplifier or current series feedback amplifier or any else? Right now, any else means there are again remaining two, that is voltage shunt and current shunt. But based on voltage shunt and current shunt, numerical will not going on to ask, because in your syllabus already I mentioned only two topologies are given, that is voltage series and current series. So the numerical will be based on either any one. Okay. So I will give few steps that you have to just note down how to identify that topology and later on how to perform its analysis. So at your end, just note down whatever the points I will be going to mention. So write down analysis of feedback amplifier. The title is analysis of feedback amplifier. Under that title, note down step A, first step for the given amplifier circuit. Feedback. Identify type of feedback or type of feedback amplifier, not only type of feedback, it is type of feedback amplifier. Already I told in the exam, the given amplifier circuit, that may be either voltage series or current series, right now. So first step, you have to identify the given circuit diagram is for voltage series or current series, right? Now how to identify it? In that there are two sub steps. I will write it as small a. Identify the type of sampling. Identify type of sampling. Which are the various types of sampling? Which are the various types of sampling?
Current and voltage.
Current and voltage, very good. Okay. So see, out of that two, you have to identify in the given circuit diagram, in the given amplifier circuit, is there voltage type of sampling or current type of sampling? Okay. So to identify it, note down first point. If by making the output equals to 0, that is by providing short circuit to the output in that given amplifier circuit. If you provide the short circuit, that means you just have to imagine it. If I done the short circuit to the output of that given amplifier circuit, so if by making that output voltage equals to 0, that is nothing but by providing the short circuit to the output. If the feedback signal becomes 0, if feedback signal becomes 0, by providing the short circuit to the output, if the feedback signal becomes 0, I will show you whenever we will go on to analyze the actual circuit, whenever we will solve the numericals. In that, I will show you all these steps, how to verify. Okay. So at this stage, just note down these important steps. So by making that output equals to 0, by providing the short circuit to its output, if feedback signal becomes 0, then it is voltage type of sampling. then it will be a voltage type of sampling. Okay. And by providing or by making the output voltage at zero, that means by providing the short circuit, if feedback signal do not become zero, then it is current type of sampling. So I will write here, otherwise current sampling. Okay. So see, our first step is what? Identify the type of feedback amplifier. That means we have to identify two networks, which type of sampling is there, and another one, which type of mixing is there. So first of all, we identify how to find out the type of sampling. Now the second part of this step A is nothing but identify the type of mixing. Okay. In that, first point is which type of mixings are there? Either series mixing or shunt mixing. Correct now? So how to identify the type of mixing? Which type of mixing is there in the given circuit diagram or in the given numerical? So in that, note down, if the feedback signal gets subtracted from the original signal source as a voltage, if the feedback signal gets subtracted from the original signal source, comma, as a voltage, then it is series type of mixing. And second one, if the feedback signal gets subtracted from the original signal source as a current, then it is shunt type of mixing. Okay. So is it okay? How to identify the type of feedback amplifier? So in the given numerical, in the given circuit diagram, once you will identify the type of sampling and then type of mixing, at the end, you can highlight, you can conclude the given circuit diagram is either voltage series feedback amplifier or current series feedback amplifier. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the step B, note down step B, find out the input circuit or draw the input circuit. For the given network, that means you have to draw that means you have to replace that feedback network at the input side as well as at the output side. Means you have to show the effect of that feedback network, which is basically a resistive type of network, the effect of that feedback network, that means feedback resistor, on the input side as well as output side. Okay. So first of all, note down that step B, draw the input circuit or find the input circuit. In that, see, whenever you have to draw the input circuit, as already I told, you have to consider the feedback network, its effect at the input side as well as at the output side, right now, as it is in between input and output. So its effect will be to the input circuit as well as output circuit, and that you have to show it separately. Okay. So in that step B, first point, note down, for voltage type of sampling, that means if there is a voltage type of sampling, make or consider VO equals to 0. Right? Make VO equals to 0. How you will make it 0? By providing the short circuit to the output. And just observe how it looks. Okay. And second one, for current type of sampling, make that IO equals to 0. Now, how you will make this output current as 0? That is by opening the output port, okay, or by disconnecting that feedback network. That means that output circuit it should get open. Now you will observe as our step B, it is to draw the input circuit, right? What we are considering? We are considering the type of sampling. There might be some confusion, but you have to remember it. To draw the input circuit, you have to consider the type of sampling. Where is the sampling done? It is done at the output side, right now. But to draw the input circuit, you have to concentrate on type of sampling. So if your identified type of sampling is voltage sampling, then just consider that VO as 0 by shortening that output port. And if it is current type of sampling, then consider that IO as 0 by opening the output port. Okay. Then next one, that is to draw the output circuit. So consider it as step C. Okay. To draw the output circuit now. So where you will concentrate by applying the basic concept from step B. See, to draw the input circuit, we are considering type of sampling. Now to draw the output circuit, you have to consider the type of mixing. Okay. So first point in that, for series mixing, make I equals to 0. See, we are drawing the output circuit, but where we have to concentrate? We have to concentrate at the input side. Input side means if there is series type of mixing, then make that II equals to 0. And second one, if there is a shunt type of mixing, no shunt type of mixing will be there because that topologies are not mentioned in your syllabus, but just note down it. For shunt type of mixing, make VI equals to 0. But you don't have to worry about the second point because shunt type of mixing is not there. Only two you have to perform, that is voltage series and current series. Okay. Is it clear? And again, few steps are there. You just note down. Step D, replace each active element, that is transistor, that is MOSFET will be given in that circuit diagram. So replace all active elements by their AC equivalent model. Then step E, find out the open loop gain. And again, that open loop gain will be only 2, as only 2 topologies are there in your syllabus. So open loop gain will be either AV or GM, right now? Because for current series, that basic amplifier is transconductance amplifier, and for voltage series, that basic amplifier is voltage amplifier, right? So in next step, you have to find out the open loop gain. Then next step F, indicate XF and XO in the circuit. Indicate XF and XO in the drawn final AC equivalent circuit, and determine first of all beta factor, that is feedback factor, so that the beta will be equals to XF by XO. Okay. See, once you will determine that open loop gain in general, that is A, already I mentioned either it will be either AV or GM. Later on you have to find out beta, that is XF and XO, by noting it, right? Later on you can immediately find out capital D, that is nothing but 1 plus beta A in general. So this A may be either AV, that is open loop gain of voltage series feedback amplifier, or it may be GM, that is open loop gain of current series feedback amplifier. So calculate DE. Okay, and later on it will be very simple. You can easily determine that RF, you can easily determine ROF, then gain width feedback, and overall gain, overall input output impedances. So how to determine it? Whenever we will analyze any one given circuit diagram, you will get clear. So is it okay?